So while playing Jedi Fallen Order, I thought it'd be interesting to play the same section of a level over and over again, but each time on a different difficulty, to see how differently the AI behave. I haven't tried it yet, but I've heard that on the Jedi Grandmaster difficulty, AI are super aggressive, whereas on the story mode difficulty, they can be quite tame and kind of just stand there waiting for you to kill them. Very harmless, and that's why I play on this difficulty. It's more fun to just experience the story when you're a noob. Hey everyone, it's Andrew, and just a heads up, this video will contain some minor spoilers for Jedi Fallen Order. Now, I also wanted to see if enemies would attack you in greater numbers on the harder difficulties. The amount of enemies stays the same, I'm pretty sure, in this game, but the amount of enemies that'll be attacking you all at the same time will be different. Multiple enemies are supposed to swing at you when on the harder difficulty, whereas on the easier ones, it's just one enemy at a time. But we'll see, that's what we're testing. Now, I'm performing this test in the section of the game just after where you unlock the dual-wield combo ability. First, there's a group of scout troopers with stun batons and a scout trooper commander. Then more of these troopers are dropped off and come out to face you in waves, and after you defeat all the scout troopers, you enter this room with a group of 7 KX series droids, which is actually the most you've ever faced all at once at this point in the game. Playing with the new dual-wield combo is supposed to give you a higher power level, so you're a better Jedi, you're able to take more of them out all at once without getting into too much trouble. And I definitely felt that the first time playing this. You were definitely stronger once you had the dual wield combo move, because it takes out so many enemies all at once. So just to give you an overview, changing the difficulty level affects 3 things. Parry timing, or how accurate you have to be with your parries when an enemy's attacking you and you want to block them. Incoming damage, so the higher the difficulty, the more damage you take from enemy attacks. And enemy aggression, which is basically how many enemies attack you all at once, and how often they attack and crowd you and get up close and personal. So first up, we have the story mode difficulty, the easiest in the game. I started each test by luring the troopers into this narrow cave, and on this difficulty level, the scout troopers would mainly attack one at a time, and rarely you'd get to attacking you both together. And mainly the others just hang back waiting for their turn to attack. I was able to take out the first lot of enemies without taking any damage, as well as the second group. None of these guys attacked me both at the same time, but maybe that's because I didn't give them the chance. I feel like this part of the game is especially set up to test out your new dual-wield combo move, which works great when you're being overcrowded by 4 or 5 enemies all at once. That's exactly what you're seeing here.
Move on now, Jedi.
And then moving on to the KX droids inside this room. 2 KX droids came at me right from the beginning, and I was pretty much able to keep spamming my dual-wield moves and slice them in half. I did miss one dodge, and the droid picked me up and slammed me into the ground, but I was otherwise successful, slicing most of the droids right down the middle, which is one of the coolest things in this game. Absolutely love dismembering droids and cutting them in half down the middle. Now I just wish we could do this with stormtroopers, man. We gotta get some humanoid dismemberment in this game. Okay, next we have the Jedi Knight difficulty. First few enemies weren't too difficult, but already you can see them becoming slightly more aggressive with 2 enemies attacking at the same time.
Move on now, Jedi.
And moving outside, the scout troopers were attacking a little faster than before, especially while I was mid-swing. I'd be attacking one of them, then another would come up from behind and try and hit me. Still not really feeling like I'm being swarmed though. I felt completely in control of the situation. But their attacks definitely come more frequently. I killed everyone and left one scout alive to see how he'd behave, and he pretty much just kept coming at me. I'd parry, he'd get knocked back, then immediately come back at me with a swing, and this happened multiple times until I decided to pick him up and throw him off the cliff. Also one of the greatest things you can do in this game. Now I need the ability to do this with multiple enemies all at once. Just pick them all up by the throat and toss them into the void.
Big mistake, Jedi.
So I was just editing my video and realized I completely missed a paragraph when recording my voice, and I don't have my microphone with me. So I'm recording it on my friend's headset. Completely jarring in the middle of the video, but hey! At least it's here. Epic fail. Onto the KX droids, and same deal. 2 came at me at once, but this time they were both attacking together. I took the first 2 out, but my timing and dodging was a little sloppy, and the second 2 droids actually killed me. So I respawned and thought I'd leave a few scout troopers alive to come join the KX droids. In this cramped room, I was definitely feeling crowded and overwhelmed, and things weren't going that well. So I ran outside, killed the rest of the scouts, and the KX droids actually didn't start coming after me, me until I attacked them. But same deal, faster, more frequent attacks, and I noticed that when one of them was in trouble and taking a lot of hits, the other would come in and aggressively start trying to hit me. Okay, now we're going back to proper voice. Okay, let's pump things up to the Jedi Master difficulty. Scout troopers in the cave. Oddly enough, they were all hanging back, all bunched up together. Perhaps they knew they had a better chance of taking me out by sticking together. So I jumped in, and mid-attack, one trooper would come at me from the side. This happened multiple times, and even though I thought they weren't being ultra aggressive, they were sticking together, all surrounding me as a group, and would attack just after I was attacking. No trouble though. If I timed my dodges and parries right while playing aggressively, combining lightsaber combos and force powers, I easily came out on top. But the same can't be said for the KX droids. This time, instead of 2, 4 of the droids approached me all at once, which made me immediately panic and I was forced to backpedal. If I timed my dual-wield moves correctly, I was able to deal heavy damage, but had that feeling of being crowded and overrun. They kept swarming me and just all trying to get around me all at once. They just kept coming at me, and even while I was mid-attack swinging my saber, they'd take a swing at me and I'd have to dodge out of the way or just get hit. But for the most part, I was doing okay. In this round, I had to take 1 stim to heal, but then eventually I missed 1 too many dodges and got picked up and killed. That's okay though, I figure if I actually got that dodge, I would have won this round. Now for the final test, Jedi Grandmaster difficulty, the Fallen Order Dark Souls experience. Now, I've never played the game on this difficulty. I honestly just play the game on story mode difficulty because I want to relax and enjoy the story, and also love feeling like an overpowered beast Jedi who has no mercy for any enemies. But anyway, the first group of enemies were no problem. I went in super aggressively, combining my force powers with dual wield, and didn't take a single hit. I didn't give them a chance, like before. Now outside, I wanted to test how parries work on this difficulty because you've got such a shorter window for timing them, and to begin with, I was struggling. And on this difficulty, multiple enemies all come at you at the same time. Nearly every time in combat, you'll have 1, 2, 3 enemies all taking a swing at you simultaneously. One will start their swing just as another is halfway through, and I feel like this is probably the most realistic difficulty to play on. Enemies rarely just stand there and wait for you to attack. It feels real. It feels like if you were being swung at by one and you were taking them out, another would come in and stab you from the side. That's exactly what happens on this difficulty. They all come at you at once, and you really need to focus on timing your blocks, dodges, and parries. And first time around, I got killed by the scout troopers, so I respawned, went in again, absolutely destroyed the first group of enemies, and then went all out aggressive on the second group, and this worked. And although they were all attacking at once, by mixing my dual wield combos in with my ultra aggressive playstyle, I killed them all. Every last one of them, and not just the men. Alright, KX droids, let's go. My goodness, they're aggressive on this difficulty. One of them had me in a grapple, and as soon as he let me go, the other one punched me in the face. And only 2 of them came at me at once to begin with. They swing, punch, and grab you all at the same time, insane aggression, and I got killed again. I had a few more rounds on the hard difficulty, but it really went to show how well you need to time your moves. I feel like you can get lucky with getting into a good rhythm, jumping from one enemy to the other, but this difficulty really does stop you from just running in and button mashing. It's all about timing, and I was never able to defeat the KX droids on this difficulty. I was hardly able to get through the scouts, and I mean, I'm not great at the game, I'm pretty average sometimes, but call myself an average, slightly above average gamer, perhaps. Maybe that's giving myself too much credit. But anyway, so having tested each difficulty, I'm going to conclude that on each level, the AI in this game are really quite intelligent. As you could probably see, the higher the difficulty, the more aggressive the AI, and one thing I realized is they always have a pack mentality, especially on the harder difficulties. Enemies stick together and attack together, and the harder the game gets, more precision with timing is necessary to be able to defeat your enemies. Overall, I think lots of us are very impressed with the AI enemies in this game, and I'd be keen to also test more of the ranged characters like the stormtroopers with guns, and also different creatures to see how differently they behave on the different levels. Probably you'll have like 5 monsters all attacking you at once, and some stormtroopers shooting you from the background, lots of things going on. But I love how much emphasis is put on timing your attacks. That's the core of combat in this game, and the AI will punish you if your timing is sloppy and slow. So I want to know what difficulty you play on in Fallen Order, and if you think the AI are as intelligent as I think they are. Let me know in the comments. Also, I'm giving away a copy of Fallen Order plus a few Xbox Game Passes. For more details on them, follow me on Instagram, Twitter and Discord. More details on the giveaways on those platforms soon. And go watch my video where I compare lightsaber customization in Fallen Order to Jedi Academy all the way back from 2003. Some people still argue this is the best lightsaber game ever made. And thanks for watching this. My name's Andrew. I'll catch you soon.
Stay bombastic.